Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer. In today's video, we are continuing on yesterday's theme of the Maxis match. And you can see I'm going with Deligracy's little bit of put the cabinets in first and then, you know, build around it. I do put up a couple of walls just to give myself some sort of thing for the cabinets to stick to. But if you're new here, I am a CC addict and mostly alpha, so that's why we're doing Maxis match here, to kind of get myself out of doing the same thing over and over and over again. And yeah, and then on top of that, I make my builds way too big. Always take up too much space, and then I end up having to build on huge lots and it takes me forever, and then it slows the computer down because I have 10,000 files of CC. That's no joke. I go CC shopping every single day. I have a problem. I'm not looking for help. Anyways, so here we're doing Maxis match. The cabinets there are just a recolor of the Parenthood, and they're actually the lower cabinet color is actually the same color that came with Parenthood as far as the gray. They just changed the top on it, and sometimes that's just what I want. You know, the tops on Parenthood or on any Maxis countertops are kind of boring to me. And this particular person made this one. They made wood countertops and beautiful, these beautiful like quartz looking ones and things like that. But you know, just I needed something else with it, so that's all I needed to make those look what I wanted them to. And here, since I have the kitchen sizing, it kind of helped me, plus you know the lot's not very big anyways, it helped me move things around, get things adjusted to the proper size to make the house that I was looking at making. So it's a split floor plan, kids on one side, parents on the other. Once we finally get laundry day stuff, there's even a laundry room built in next to the office and on the master bedroom side, which ideally, like if I was looking at purchasing a new house, this is the floor plan I'd like, other than the master bathroom. It's basically a galley bathroom. I like my big bathtub, so this just doesn't work, but what I was trying to do with this is have it to all be one square and have the illusion that it had three separate sections because of the roof. So I didn't want to bump out the bathroom or the master bathroom, because that would make me bump out the office that was right behind it. It's called Flex Space on the floor plan that I saw, but yeah, anyway, so as you see, I'm putting in the roofs now. I think that's a French style roofing idea that I came up with there, or not came up with, that's definitely not my own personal idea, but there's this really cool house down the road style of roofing on it, and every time I pass it, it's just like with the landscaping and the way that they used the lot that they got, it just made everything look great. So that's what I went with. Yeah. So I really like to have everything of mine be extremely even, and everything is you know, the same spacing for the windows and things like that. But for some reason, throwing in that window right there off of the kitchen, like right behind the sink. I'm sorry, my brain is not working very quickly today. Anyways, throwing that in, it kind of made it feel more realistic to me, actually, because I've never lived in a house where the windows were as perfect as I wish they could be. Just like that particular piece of window would not do what I wanted it to do, and I wanted that one so bad, but I couldn't get the roofing to work for me, so eventually gave up and I tried to make my own version of it, and you know, yeah, frustration. So we just go with a round window and, you know, move on. So yeah, so this house to me is not perfect, it's not gorgeous or anything, but I do like the way that it turned out. Yeah, and I personally love a ranch style home. Everything on one level just makes it's easier to play the game like that. You know, you know where your Sims are. There's no up and down looking for them. It makes for a simpler gameplay. So, and I like that like there's the office that's separated back there. I had so much trouble for some reason getting that one roof to paint. Anyways, but yes, so everything in this is Maxis Match. It's Peacemaker or recolors of the Parenthood stuff, and FelixandreSims is also has been kept in my game as well, but I didn't use any of his stuff just because castle pieces don't typically go with ranch style homes, although you better believe that if I had a chance to use any of his pieces and like anything that looked like his pieces in my own personal home, which is a ranch style, I would be using them. But anyways, if you've never heard of those two, Peacemaker is on Tumblr and FelixandreSims is on Patreon, and they are both incredible CC designers. They both have other jobs that they do, and to fund the amount of work that they put into their CC, FelixandreSims does have, I think he might have some non-Patreon stuff, but it's almost all Patreon. And I signed up for it, and I'm very happy with it. Peacemaker does not, but there is kind of like this little bit of a, I'm going to call it an indie movement or an underground movement to get Maxis to hire him, even though we're actually very lucky. Peacemaker and FelixandreSims are both creators that make CC for themselves and are nice enough to share it with the rest of us. I personally have more and more appreciation for what they do because I've tried to do some recolors in the past, and yeah, I don't have that talent, and I'm an artistic person, but yeah, no. So I'm going to keep paying for my Patreon subscription to FelixandreSims, and I'm going to keep stalking the crap out of Peacemaker's Tumblr page until I find all of his stuff forever, because it all belongs in my game. No matter what I do, if I use Maxis Match or Alpha Sims, good lord, Alpha CC, they're staying in my game. But I found out through just watching a few other people who do more Maxis Match things that Peacemaker is considered Maxis Match, so I'm happy about that. I kind of thought he was anyways, because his personal, like when he makes clothes for his Sims, are what I would consider Maxis Match clothing. So, but let me tell you, when I got this idea to do the build and the game or the create a sim with only Maxis Match stuff, it was hard. It was so hard for me. First of all, I had to go shopping for CC, which is never difficult or unfun for me, but just the idea of taking everything out that I really love and I know how to use, and like whenever I opened my game and looked at the other Sims that I had saved, to see them and see the CC that I wouldn't be using, and to go through this house especially, and like my tables still aren't fixed for some reason from the last patch, or my dressers. I keep using the Sims 4 Studio. If you've never done that before, by the way, so in order, typically when Maxis fixes the things that they broke, yes, I'm blaming Maxis, blame Maxis, that's that's the moral of this story. Anyways, go into Sims 4 Studio, click on Tools, you go to the bottom, and you click on Batch Fix, and then you can go under CC, or I'm sorry, Create a Sim, or Other, and then I think also Build Mode, I think that's what it says. Click on there, and then you go to the very bottom, and it'll say Batch Fix for cats and dogs, or, you know, Batch Fix underwear, or tabletops, you know, whatever it may be. And so I've been doing that, and it fixed a lot of stuff this last time I ran it, but still, a lot of my countertops are not fixed, a lot of my tables and a lot of my dressers are not working, so I'm being forced to use Maxis stuff. So it wasn't as hard, I guess, since now I'm used to Maxis a little bit more, but it's just making it more difficult to make things look the way I want them to. And if you've ever seen my builds before, you know I'm not a super ornate person to begin with, but I do like the particular CC objects that I use to be ornate. Another fun fact on this video, I did not furnish the kids' bathroom or the guest bathroom on the one side of the building until I went through to take screenshots and realized what I had done. So sorry about that. I did, you know, record it, so you guys will get to see that if you're interested in the bathroom. It'll be the last part of the video. Gosh, I think it's under a minute long. I just slapped the stuff in there and went, but I like the way it turned out. It's a realistic looking bathroom. Usually I put in like the Peacemaker glass showers and, the big whirlpool bathtubs and all those beautiful things. And you know what? The shower that they gave us for Parenthood with the curtain is actually probably the most realistic thing you can put in your game. That's what 9 out of 10 people in the real world's bathrooms look like. So, I'll stop being a snob at least for that. Here, I just wish that the side piece of those cabinets were smaller so I could use in there, because this is a laundry room. It's for when we get the laundry day stuff pack. I have CC washer and dryers, but they're not Maxis Match, so I had to take them out of the game because I decided to torture myself. Also, a lot of stuff, like I literally typed in Parenthood, and then I pulled over my file for Peacemaker and my file for FelixandreSims, and I did not realize that a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at was Peacemakers. I had no idea. Like some clutter items. I was like, how is this in here? I thought that was like this person. Actually, you know what? So I got a hair for yesterday's video from FelixandreSims, and I think what I did was I went, hey, I can clearly see from their Tumblr or their, the link that I got off of Lana Sims that they are a Maxis Match CC creator. So let me type into my CC folders that I've pulled out FelixandreSims, and then I just copy and pasted everything over. And because some of the stuff doesn't look Maxis Match to me at all. So maybe that's what it is. Yep, that's what I did. Just figured it out. It's not all Peacemaker. It's FelixandreSims. Because I'm going, that could only be these people because I only looked at clothes. I didn't look at furniture yet. Which, I should have looked at furniture. I should have looked at eyeliner too. That was difficult because I'm pretty picky on the makeup on my Sims. And yikes. And skin and eyes. Like, I thought I downloaded 4 different eye types, and they were just 4 different colors from the same person. I thought they had made like 4 completely different styles of eyes. Well, that was a FelixandreSims piece. Can't wait to use it. Oh, I'm so excited. But I'm gonna have to put all the rest of my CC back in to use this stuff because I want to build the most immaculate, crazy, cool mansion that I've ever built. Which will probably involve getting something that that Pixel Playground's already built, and then just throwing in those pieces to make it like the next level up. Because if you guys have never seen Pixel Playground's builds, I don't think she's built anything recently to put up on her Tumblr, but just check out not Brindleton Bay. What is that called? I download it like every other day, or not download, but I use it all the time on the 64x64 lot on Windenburg Island. I can remember that, but I can't remember the name of Brentwood Estates. Brentwood Estates by Pixel Playground. Go look it up on Tumblr. She's incredible. That build is incredible. It's how I found Peacemaker. So thank you so much, Pixel Playground. You changed my life. I need to not have any more Sonic slushies. So I am recording this on Monday, just right after I recorded and uploaded the Maxis Match Create a Sim. And so I'm still on the sugar rush from the cherry slushie, and my husband picked me up a Route 44, so it is enormous. And I went to walk in the other room, and I was like, oh my god, my pancreas is giving out. This is the start of diabetes. I shouldn't have drank all that. But it was such a sugar rush, and I'm not used to drinking that much sugar in one hit. And right after, I had a bunch of caffeine, which I must be trying to kill myself this week, because yesterday I had a cup of coffee before we opened presents. Then we stopped at the gas station on the way up to the hospital to see my grandpa, because he got to spend Christmas in the hospital because he thinks he's indestructible. He's in his 70s and decided to chop wood, fell, hurt his neck months ago, and let it go for so long. And he had chipped a couple of vertebrae, and so they were floating around in there, caused him to have an infection in his blood. So moral of this story is take care of yourselves. You're not indestructible. But anyways, I got another coffee at the gas station, finished that before we got to the hospital, and about 20 minutes later, my cousins, the youngest cousins, showed up to visit, and one of them went and got me a coffee because they were going to go get a coffee. They got me a pumpkin spice latte at a hospital, which, by the way, if you ever want the strongest coffee you're ever going to get, go to a hospital. That's where it is. I promise you, I've worked in enough in my life. That is some strong coffee. But anyways, I had some pieces of chocolate out of my stocking. I had 3 cups of coffee, which I'm caffeine sensitive. It causes some heart issues. Shouldn't be drinking it. And I had 3 cups of really strong coffee. Then I had a bunch of chocolate that day. And then this morning I started my day with coffee. And did I have any breakfast? I didn't have any breakfast. And then we had Sonic for lunch. So yeah, I need to take better care of myself because holy crap. Which we are actually going to go in June to Ireland, and I've got a pair of hunter boots that I love, but I am kind of picky when it comes to my clothes, and of course I had to pick out the extra slim fit, super tiny legged, gorgeous. They have straps on them. They're just the most beautiful pair of rain boots I've ever seen in my entire life. But I need to lose like 3 inches off of my calves before I can fit my leg all the way in them, because they're also tall, and I think they're going to go all the way up to my kneecap once I get them past, because I have like really muscular calves from running, and because I love to go take a walk or hike and stuff like that. And I've gained a lot of weight since my husband and I got together. But yeah. So my calves are a lot bigger because once you build muscle in your calves, it's pretty difficult to take it out. Even when you gain weight everywhere else, it's still working out a lot because it's holding up the extra weight. So now I've got to figure out a way to like take 3 inches off of my calves. So yay, before June. So I'm going to start trying that on January 1st, my birthday. But the rest of this week is shot because I'm basically going to be like every other millennial, and most of my meals are coffee and whatever else I can find because I'm awful. Here is the left out bathroom. So there's the kids' bathroom. This means we're almost to screenshots. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you like what you saw, hit the like button and hit subscribe so you can see more of it. Turn on the little bell notification so that you can hear me yelling at you, come see my video now. Anyways, thank you guys so much and have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.